You are not struggling with focus. You are operating like a domesticated pet. You wake up in the morning, you immediately grab a glowing rectangle. You consume whatever cheap stimulation the algorithm feeds you. You do exactly what you were programmed to do. You sit, you scroll, you consume. The average man will spend over 80,000 hours of his life staring at a phone, wondering why he feels invisible in the social hierarchy. He tells himself he just needs a better routine. He is lying to himself. He does not need a new routine. He needs to evolve. Right now, there is a biological divide happening in real time. On one side, you have the 99%, the herd. Their neurochemistry is hijacked. They cannot sit in a room for 10 minutes without reaching for a digital pacifier. On the other side, you have the 1%, the elite operators. They view dopamine not as a reward, but as a weapon. In the next few minutes, we are going to dissect the brutal neurobiological reality of modern status. We will cover the exact protocol high performers use to insulate their biology from the noise. By the end of this protocol, you will understand the precise mechanical difference between a pet and a king. Write this down now. Your distractions are not accidents. They are a sign of submission. Let us dissect the science. You are being fawned for your attention and you are cooperating. The biology of domestication. We must look at the primitive hardware inside your skull. You have a primal drive designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Some call it the monkey brain. In the ancestral environment, this kept you alive, made you conserve energy. It made you seek calorie-dense food. Today, it is the exact mechanism that keeps you weak. Your modern environment is engineered to exploit this primitive hardware. Every time you choose a video game over a spreadsheet or a cheap social media hit over going to the gym, you are reinforcing a neural pathway of submission. A 2024 neurobiological study on impulse control confirmed that chronic exposure to high dopamine digital environments physically thins the prefrontal cortex. That is the part of your brain responsible for discipline, long-term planning, and executive function. You are literally shrinking your capacity for greatness. When you allow your impulses to control your actions, you drop to the bottom of the human hierarchy. High status is biologically linked to the ability to delay gratification. The average man cannot delay gratification for 5 seconds. If his phone buzzes, he looks. If he feels a craving, he eats. He is entirely reactionary. He is a slave to his neurochemical urges. Stop asking for an easier life. Engineer a stronger brain. The neural hierarchy. You must understand how the elite operate. The top 1% of men in business, athletics, and creation do not have magical genetics. They simply refuse to leak their cognitive fuel. They understand that dopamine is the molecule of pursuit. It is the chemical that gives you the relentless drive to hunt down your goals. If you waste your daily supply of dopamine on meaningless digital pixels, you will have zero biological drive left to build a business. You will have zero drive to optimize your physical body. The elite operator hoards his dopamine. He protects his receptors like a fortress. He forces his brain into a state of chemical starvation so that when he finally sits down to work, his mind aggressively attacks the problem. He has trained his biology to associate extreme effort with intense pleasure. While the average man views hard work as a punishment, the 1% views it as the ultimate high. This is not a mindset shift. This is a neurochemical rewiring. If you do not change your biological inputs, you will always be outworked by men who have optimized their reward systems. You are competing against predators while operating with the nervous system of prey. Here is the exact architecture of elite dominance. The 1% protocol. We are going to rebuild your identity. You cannot negotiate with your monkey brain. You must ruthlessly conquer it. Phase 1 is complete sensory isolation. When you sit down to execute your most critical task of the day, you must eliminate all external inputs. No phone in the room. No multiple tabs open, no background noise. You create an environment so brutally boring that the only source of stimulation is the hard work in front of you. When you remove all cheap alternatives, the brain is forced to engage with the difficulty. You sit in a silence until the urge to escape peaks. That discomfort is the exact moment your brain is rewiring. You do not run from the friction, you lean into it. Phase 2 is the chemical fast. The elite operator does not consume empty rewards. If you wake up and instantly check your messages, you have already lost the day. You have surrendered your autonomy to the demands of others. The first 4 hours of your day must be a zero dopamine zone. Cold water, black coffee, silence, execution. You do not earn the right to consume until you have relentlessly produced. Your status is defined by what you refuse to tolerate. The identity of a king. This is the final and most critical phase. You must separate yourself from the herd. The average man relies on motivation. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are pathetic, unstable things. The elite rely on standards. When you feel the urge to procrastinate, you do not try to convince yourself to work. You look at the urge clinically. You recognize it as the monkey brain begging for comfort. And you say no. You say no because you are no longer a consumer. You are an operator. Every time you reject a cheap dopamine hit, you are casting a vote for your new identity. You are physically building the neural circuits of a high-status male. The modern world is a trap designed to keep you weak, sedated, and compliant. The algorithm wants you as a pet. It wants you scrolling, buying, and wasting your potential. The difference between a pet and a king is autonomy. The pet begs for the treat. The king controls the environment. Stop leaking your life force into a screen. Reclaim your neurochemistry. Do the work you had been avoiding. While other monkeys scroll mindlessly, you choose growth. If you want to master your human performance and permanently escape the bottom of the hierarchy, subscribe to the channel. We translate the science so you can dominate your reality. See you in the next protocol.